Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hello. It is so good to see you all on this wonderful Thursday evening, or Friday Eve for some folks, or actual Friday for other folks on the other side of the world. We just had our Splinterlands town hall, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I was listening to this while I was out and about. So I literally just finished it, I think a couple minutes later than the actual thing finished. I did not get a chance to take any notes because I was driving, and I'm actually kind of glad that it is shorter because in order to do the 5 biggest takeaways, I will probably need to give it another listen, and I'll need to give it another listen and actually take proper notes. Although there were quite a few things that were discussed, which definitely caught my attention. There was some updates on land. There were updates on Soul Keep. There were updates on the rank system, which sounds like it's closer than expected. Yet at the same time, they want to like change up the chests and do like this, a la carte menu where you can just do reward shares for cards. I don't know. It sounds interesting. It sounds really exciting. So when they say stuff is like really close, I almost feel like, okay, well, maybe a couple months. I don't know. It's hard to gauge where that is at exactly. So let me just see what I have in my notes here. So the only thing that I had, because again, I was only able to take notes on certain things later on or whatever I remembered. So Soul Keep, there's some titles to give out. Oh, the burn event. So there was a little bit of an update on the burn event. Let's see. So he wants to do 2 proposals, one for the DAO to pay for development, which could be interesting. I have no idea how the community is going to react to that, but at the same time, we'll have to wait and see. And then let's see, was there anything else? Oh, and then being able to burn Soulbound and Gladiators for dust to mint new ones. Lots of interesting things. So there was a lot there, and I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of stuff from you guys. So hopefully we'll have a good discussion, but I'm just going to apologize on the front end that I am not as prepared because I thought the town hall would be a little bit longer and I would be able to go back and just kind of listen on 2X before jumping in. But then they ended it early, about 30 minutes earlier. So it's only about an hour and a half. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go hop in and see how people are doing. Okay, let's jump into the chat. First thing I should say, and then we can kind of go from there with any other notes and things. So Leandro is here. What's going on, Leandro? So good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. People's Guild in the house. Let's go. Howdy, chat. People's Guild says, did you catch Gator Say 2.0 in 2024? All you land bears. All right. So I'm gonna preface this by saying Investigator is like one of my favorite people on the team. I think he's super cool. He's super chill. And the dude just knocks stuff out. Okay. But we've heard that before, haven't we? I mean, didn't you see Tails' video on the roadmap about what is it? Validators for like 2022 or something like that, or land for 2022. So again, I have no idea. I don't want to be a land bear, but at the same time, fool me once. Right. So we'll see. Land just seems like such a huge project. The white paper is not even finalized. Right. Matt even mentioned that he needs to work on it and finish it. Clearly, the ranked rewards update or overhaul, we'll call it, has taken a major precedence, and for all the right reasons, I might add. So I'm in full agreement. But land 1.6. Nothing about that. I mean, yeah, the grain market is cool, but then you had Nate saying like, we're going to get started on it now. And I was like, wait, hold on, what? So the back end is done, but it sounds like they need to do the front end stuff, which it's funny because they go back and forth sometimes. I've heard them say like, oh, creative is usually the bottleneck, meaning that it usually takes longer for creative assets. But then they also said that, or at least this time around, they said, oh, the creative assets are super, super easy and super quick. So no grain market in the first half of February. Hopefully we can get the grain market and all the other 1.6 aspects later on this month. if they can get it into the next release cycle. But Land 2.0 in 2024, I will say this, People's Guild. I will say this. I know I'm being a little Papa Bearish right now, but the year is long. The year is long, and even though it's crazy to think that we have already completed 31 days in January, and that we are officially in February, there's still plenty of time. There is still plenty of time for them to knock it out. Again, I maintain that 2.0, and here's where I'm gonna I'll diverge from you on this. Okay, I will maintain that elements of 2.0 will most certainly make their way into the game in 2024. But I think a lot of that stuff is going to be pick and choose, a la carte. Let's see what works best, because if you think about it, 1.5 should have included all the 1.6 stuff, and that didn't make it into 2023, right? In fact, we're still waiting on all of those things. So I'll say this. I think there will be certain elements of 2.0 that will make it into 2024. I hope that it's a lot, and I hope that they're impactful. I've given my input, unsolicited input and advice through this channel and through the videos, right? Saying that, like, I hope we get, that the unlimited card staking for the ancient ruins. I hope we get other certain aspects before others. But having it all play nicely with one another and having everything done in Q8 and all that. And I love the Q8 team. They work so hard. It's just a lot. And I know they take a lot of pride in their work, and I respect the hell out of them for that. So I would not expect them to put out, something that is unprepared. But it seems like too much still. But I will concede that I do believe that certain elements of 2.0 will be out. But 2.0 in all of its glory, I don't know. I still have my doubts. And we should probably define 2.0, and even Gator should define 2.0. In my mind, 2.0 is working land with for all the 50 resources with their 50 LPs, right? But no items and spells yet. So that's where I'm at. Okay. Let's see here. Leandro, really close for him would be around 3 months. Probably. Yeah, I think you and I are on the same page. In my mind, April, end of April is like a huge moment for me, right? The Bitcoin halving is going to have a ton of people paying attention in crypto, not the rest of the world, right? And this is why, these 6 months leading up to the Bitcoin halving are always interesting, and there's always opportunity, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but it's like, people just, they're not, the normies aren't paying attention yet, but everybody involved in crypto is. And while it ends up sometimes being a nothing burger immediately, right? So the day after the halving, it's not like people are going to feel the effect right away. Over time, over the next 18 months, it really builds. So oddly enough, end of April is about 3 months from now. It's a little less than 3 months right now that we're in February, but that's kind of in line when I would hope or expect a lot of major changes to be out by. I'm not saying that that's when they'll be out. Hopefully it'll be out earlier, but I wouldn't be surprised for the game to look completely different in 5 to 6 months. And I've said this before, though I even made a video saying why I'm bullish on Splinterlands in 2024 is because the simple fact that I think by July, the game is going to look completely different, and hopefully in a lot of ways that are improved on just the small little things, ratings, inflation, elo system, rewards, all the little things that have added up to, we'll just say like a negative experience, even though it's a positive experience for most of us since we're here. But it's just all these little negative things that are just chipping away, gnawing away at us. And hopefully they're able to just wipe the slate clean and get things looking pretty good. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of being patient. My hope is that in order to light the fires, that another game between the months of February and April has an Axie moment. I really, really hope that we can see another game offer that kind of just virality and hype and FOMO for the rest of the market. Because keep in mind, if you go back to July of 2021, Axie popped off, but it took a little while for the rest of the market to kind of catch up. And so, again, this is not financial advice. This isn't a prediction. This is just my own wishful thinking. I'm really hoping that summer post-halving ends up being a good time, right? Even starting as early as May through, September or end of August. And so if we can get an Axie moment later this month or sometime in March or something where it's just like one of these games pops off, right? That'd be pretty sweet, because I think that could lead to an interesting moment where it builds, it sustains for a short while, but it builds, right? Just to give people a little bit of the history lesson for those that might not have been here, it was July of 2021 that Axie Infinity just absolutely took off. And that metaverse gaming play to earn narrative hype, it really lasted all the way until November. So what is that, 4 months, right? July to November. I mean, that'd be perfect. I mean, let's say something happens in like March, maybe April, right? At this point, but that could really take us all the way through the summer, and then the bubble pops, and we get our bloody red September. Wake me up when September ends. But then October onwards, ooh la la! I cannot wait to see what happens once we hit like the 6-month mark after the Bitcoin halving. Okay. Tails is here. Tails from the Cryptmaster. I haven't done this in a while. So in honor of Tails, hello, crypto boys and ghouls. So what did we learn from the town hall? No answers on anything really. No progress, just more questions. Tails, I love your bearishness. I love your bearishness. I'll say this. I don't disagree with you. There was not anything tangible in the town hall. But I would hope, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, there were definitely certain things that got me excited about where the game is heading. And yeah, I know, cautionary tale. We've all been excited about where the game is heading before, and it never actually gets there. But I'm way more confident. I'll put it this way. I am way more confident in the team knocking out new player or player experience in a timely manner than I am for them to get land out. Land is, I know it's Matt's baby and all this, but there's just a lot that goes into it, and it's almost like the easy thing to just sweep under the rug because they got 1.5 done, right? So people just aren't asking. I mean, people are asking, but it's like they got this huge monkey off their back, and it's going to take a while until the next monkey grows into like a massive gorilla. So I would say I have quite a bit of confidence because they're on the clock, man. And you and I know this because we are out there playing other games, seeing what the competition is like, and we know from a gameplay standpoint, Splinterlands cannot stack up, right? And that's all love to the Splinterlands project, but even Matt knows that, right? They're not trying to compete on gameplay, and so they really need to make sure that it is polished enough so that they can bring players in, shoot asset prices to the moon, and have those players stay because the game looks good enough, right? Comparable with the not Axies, but like the Parallels, Big Times, Illuviums of the world. So we'll get there, man. I'm not bearish anymore. I would like to say that I'm not bearish on Splinterlands anymore. I don't know if that I ever was. I mean, definitely, I'm sure people will definitely categorize it as that. I was really disappointed in a lot of things that happened or didn't happen. But let's see if I can give like an honest assessment of where I'm at with Splinterlands. I've said for a while now that I have no issue, no worry about the team runway. I think that they will be around for a while, and the truth is that whether I know this is going to hurt for some people to hear, and even for myself to say it out loud, but like whether or not Splinterlands takes off doesn't really matter in the sense to me, in the sense that like I just enjoy the game for what it is. I've gotten myself in a position where, you know, I made a ton back of what I lost and actually made more. So for me, it's kind of like, if it just ends up being a fun game that I play and a cool community that I talk with, awesome, right? Like that's all I needed to be. But yo, if it gets to a point where I can buy a Splinterlands Island, then absolutely, I would love that. But at this point in time, you know, as long as the team just continues to chug forward, take their time, which again, I know time is something that the community never seems to have enough of. But if they just take their time, I can see it. I can see it just chugging along over the next couple of years. They did 5 years, 5.5 years. Man, we're closing in on 6 years now. I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the 10-year mark. Especially now with Matt just being much more conservative and a very reignited hardcore player base. There's people who just are absolute believers. All right. So Ryan said, did you say knock it out or not get out? Probably. I don't know. I don't even know what this is in reference to. If this is in reference to Land 2.0, I said that I believe there will be aspects of Land 2.0 out in 2024, but it's hard for me to see just. And here's the thing. I'm not saying this to be bearish. I'm saying this because I have a lot of empathy for the QA team, the support team. And there was just a lot of work on the back end for like here's the thing. From a coding perspective, you know, Farpatrod's like, oh yeah, like we got the infrastructure down, we've laid the foundation, everything's good. And I believe him, right? But that's not the issue. The issue that takes, not issue, but the thing that takes a long time is QA, right? It's just simple things of like, ooh, okay, if I click on this item with land, right? If I want to go stake this resource or harvest this resource, but then I change my mind and I go back. When I hit the back button, does it go back to the appropriate page? It's little things like that start to add up. And then, you know, it's just like, okay, here's a list of all the pages that, you know, did not go where they said they were going to go. Let's send that back to the devs code it. So there's a lot of back and forth there. And so it made me have a new appreciation for the QA process because it's quite tedious and, you know, there's a lot of patience required. So I have a lot of respect for support team, for the dev team. And so it's not, I'm not saying not in 2024 because I'm trying to be bearish. I'm saying not in 2024 because the reference point that I have is that there were 2 false starts in 2023 for 1.5. You had June and then August. And again, I don't know what the deal was, but let's just completely knock out June, right? In August, there was the false start. And then they finally got it out on Mavs. And even after it was out on Mavs, there was a lot of community QA testing, right? So it wasn't just the team, the community was helping with QA testing, right? So shout out to all the community members that were in there in you know, the Mav server every day, just trying to help find like little things that weren't working and even big things that weren't working. I remember there was like a potentially major exploit that was found by Lewis88. So when I think about that and I think about, okay, yeah, sure, it's easy to reskin 50 different resources. It's easy to reskin 50 different LPs and make buildings and have the artwork and all that. But to make sure that like when you you know, harvest your resources, it maxes out at 7 days or it does X, Y, or Z or whatever the case is. There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of bug testing, and you know, just like 1.5, it's going to be the same level of scrutiny required, if not more, just because the last thing you need is, you know, any kind of exploit that happens. Right? We're not out of the woods yet, where everything's just an incremental release. I mean, at the end of the day, if something comes out and all of a sudden just like, oh, boom, because you know, there was a gap in the system, I was able to mint 5 billion wood on my forest, right? Well, there goes the price of wood for. Oh, sorry about that. There goes the price of wood for the rest of eternity. All right, hold on. Let me turn the gain down a little bit, just in case it's popping. That was loud. All right. Let me know if this is a little bit better. Some people say it's too soft. Some people say it's too, well, actually, nobody ever says it's too loud. Some people say it's too soft. So I've turned it up, but that just popped in my ear and that was not pleasant. Okay. Blockchain projects. What is going on? Just found out that Moon Carts will have a missile launcher option. Yeah, this is starting to sound like Mario Kart for sure. And I am in. I am totally in. I want to be kicking all of your butts in Moon Carts here on stream. Leandro says, I don't like to buy stuff pre-big changes, but I strongly think ELO changes will make summoner price skyrocket. Which summoners? Probably the Rebellion ones, because there's not enough out there. But Chaos Legion, max card rent will drastically increase. You know what? You could be right about that. You're right. But not everybody needs every summoner. And I'm starting to think to myself, like, what are the summoners that are crucial? Like, okay, at this point, and I've been super lazy and super cheap about it. Like, I do not want to spend on I do not want to spend on the Chaos Legion legendary summoners, but I think I have to get those maxed out at this point. Because I've just been sitting on it for so long. I did not realize how poor the I don't know if poor is the right word. I did not realize how terribly low the prices of legendary Chaos Legion cards had gotten. Let's see. Hold up. So Chaos Legion. We'll go to units, price, and let's get rid of Rift Watchers. I mean, Bakjira for $3. I remember I think I was missing one BCX at the time, and I bought it for like $30 because it dipped from 40 or 35. Queen Mycelias used to be $10 a pop just a year ago. Adelaide Brightwing, Chaos Dragon. I mean, these cards going for less than $2 is outrageous. Oh, Fiend's going for $1. That hurts my soul. Jeez. You know, I am curious because I have not checked this in a while. Missing BCX. If I were to max out my Chaos Legion cards now. Chaos Legion core. What am I missing and how much is it going to cost me? It would only cost me $674. Check that. And I'm assuming most of that is like summoners or legendary cards. Actually, no, I think a majority of that's going to be epics. Yeah, look at these prices here. Okay, let's catch up on the chat. New Age is in the house. The long list of quality of life items for next week somewhat shows them getting things done at least. I agree. It's the small things that start to add up. Tails says, why the confidence? Have they shown us anything new? January is over. We have nothing to show for month one of dev team time spent. We do have conflicts. Time is money. I think you and I are probably on just different sides in this now, Tails. I don't know how else to say it. It's just like I don't have like crazy tremendous expectations anymore. And I also have little to no fear of like the company going under. And so it's just like if they limp into the bull run, SPS will probably hit 10 cents. Not financial advice, not a prediction. I mean, I guess it's kind of a prediction, right? I think at this point it's easy for like if every major L1 is going to be doing, a 10x, Bitcoin does, I don't know, 3 to 4x up to 100 or 150, right? I think that's kind of the price range target, conservative price range target. Most of the L1s are going to 10x. Most of the gaming coins are going to do 20 to 50x, right? Maybe some 100x. I think Splinterlands can do a 5x. I think SPS can do a 5x easily, right? So that's my low end prediction. So, and if SPS hits 10 cents, I mean, I think it'll be a massive sell off because there's a lot of folks who just accumulated a ton over time. So I guess at this point in time, I've just mentally, emotionally prepared myself for, limping into the bull run, I guess. So it's like, if we hit 10 cents and that's it, then that's it. I've made my other bets around like the crypto market. For me, Splinterlands is just about playing the game, but I know it's not like that for a lot of other folks. So I get it. Tales from Cryptmancer. In reality, the money chasers are just waiting for the Bitcoin halving to push SPS over 5 cents, and we start to make bank. Oh, I hope so. Quality of life does not add enjoyment or asset value. It makes the game less bothersome. Priorities matter. Seriously though, how SBRC, how ranked? You just had Matt theorizing on vague ideas. I envy your trust and optimism. I don't know if you should be envying it. I don't know, man. This is gonna sound terrible to say because I'm sure it's gonna be taken out of context for many folks. But like I had a lot of high hopes that Splinterlands was going to be this massive flagship game for Web3. And maybe I was sold on the dream. Maybe I was sold on the vision. Right. People will hate on Aggie. They'll hate on Weirdbeard. But I saw a lot of potential to try to make this game not mainstream, but definitely something larger than what I believe it's going to be now. And so I've talked about this before. That was a difficult pill to swallow back in September. Matt coming on, and again, I think he's done a good job. I just think that the scope of what Splinterlands was trying to do before he took over was massive, versus what Splinterlands is trying to do now is dominate their own little sandbox, which again, I like playing in the sandbox, right? So it's fun for me. I earn some ice cream money, and it's good. But being like a top 100 project out there, top 100 coin, like, I don't know. I guess I have no disillusions of like that happening. And if it does, and I end up being wrong to the upside, I'm all in for it. But I'm just not holding out hope that like we're going to be this top ranked game. I'm not holding out hope that we're going to be this top ranked game. I am comfortable with the fact that we are going to ride the coattails and waves of all the other fantastic games out there, and be able to make some money while doing it. So where SPS goes, I don't know. The thing is, we're never going to onboard all the Web2 users. That's going to be Illuvium, Big Time, Parallel. But I think we can get a lot of Web3 degens, which could make the project pretty crazy and fun. But it's going to be cyclical, right? So this time around, are you going to know when to sell? Because I'll be honest, that was my mistake in 2021. I believed in the vision. So hard that I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy SPS for the long term. And then I was like, oh shoot, why did I buy it at 80 cents? Holy crap. Whereas now, I have no kind of like disillusion about that. I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest with you, man. It's not like, it's just a level of comfort. I wouldn't say it's like trust and optimism. It's just a level of comfort, understanding that I'm okay with even like the low bear case scenario. Like SPS hits 10 cents. That's good. I mean, I haven't even thought about how much I would sell if SPS hits 10 cents, right? But I'm sure there's going to be a decent amount of people that take profit there. And we'll see what happens. All right, Splinterlands going to hop over the finish line of the Bull Run Marathon with a pulled hamstring in last place, but it will make it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I like I said, I hate to put out price targets, but again, this is not financial advice, and it's not based on anything, guys. I'm not technical analysis or anything. I'm just like literally thinking to myself, there's a reason for this. Okay, there's a reason. 10 cents is a nice round number, but also 10 cents is actually, well, it's a little bit less than half of the market cap all-time high that we had in 2021. Right, so it's kind of like a pathetic performance in a follow-up bull run to when you had your last all-time high. But, and you've heard me say this a million freaking times, but I'm going to say it again so that you know that I believe it. Old projects, it's only new projects that pop off. And I just don't think that people fully get that. Right? It's only old or new projects that pop off. Shiny, brand new, all the glitz and glamour to them. That's what's going to pop off. It's very rare that older projects do. Saw it in 2017. I saw it in 2021. And it doesn't matter what industry or kind of like narrative of crypto that it is. Gaming, DeFi, whatever, right? There's always going to be something new, shinier, better, that offers an airdrop, that offers something different, that doesn't have the baggage on the community and all the people ragging on it, that has better marketing and new VC funding. So, that being said, I'm hopeful that Splinterlands can buck the trend, but I'm not banking on it. And I'm not even trying to be bearish. I mean, Yvonne's in here being like, Papa Bear, go burr. I'm really happy. I'm really enjoying Splinterlands. I'm having a good time. I thought the town hall was great. So I really don't want to be Papa Bear. But the problem is just that, like, now you say anything like just critical or I don't know, real, like I'm having a blast playing the game. I'm still trying to make content whenever I can. Like it's fun for me. I love the team. There's absolutely nothing wrong. I'm just trying to be realistic in my expectations, because the problem is, let's say we pumped to 20 cents, right? We don't even hit new all-time high in terms of market cap. You're gonna get a lot of people who are like, oh, I bought in more at 20 cents because I thought it was gonna go higher. It's like, fell for it again. Yo, what's up, Vilson? Up late? Yeah, it is late for you. Go claim your JUP on Solana if you swapped. Sorry, I have not done anything on Solana. Monitor said, I agree that it isn't the most exciting town hall, but I'm glad they're finally doing what needs to be done with the rating system overhaul and getting the game ready to market. Yeah, I thought it was. I can understand that it's disappointing that there's nothing major coming out next week, because I really had my fingers crossed for a Grain LP release or something like that, or some news on Soulkeep. And it's funny because like they're throwing the Soulkeep folks a bone. Shout out to an investigator. I think Nate is the one who said, like, investigator just trying to find creative ways to keep Soulkeep people from tearing the fences down and rushing the building at this point, or rushing the field. Because that to me, you know what's funny about it? It's like, I think it's great, right? Fine, give them their titles, give them all, like, I don't know, whatever else, the avatars and things like that to show it off. You're throwing them a bone, but what that kind of signals to me is that we're still very, very far away from any kind of Soulkeep resolution. Oh, and then the other part of that was Matt said we're really close. Towards the end, when somebody asked about Soulkeep, he said we're really close to, getting a company to come in and like take care of all this. And then he pivoted real quick and he's like, yeah, we're really close to getting, or anybody. He's like, or anybody, like if anybody wants to come in and finish it. And I was just like, wait, do you have a company doing it, or like, is it still open? Right? Are you in talks, or I don't know, maybe it's like a negotiating tactic, right? Maybe they're, they're at the table right now and they're just putting out a public call to see if they can push the company to sign the deal. Who knows? I just thought that was weird. All right, so Tails says there's a reason we were averaging only -5. Oh, sorry. It could be -5 spellbooks. People are leaving, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the average. The rest of the world is not as forgiving or understanding as the Splinterlands apologists maxis. It is clear the team needs funding still. They're not flush with cash. Out of sight should not be out of mind. This is not a healthy P&L. CEOs need to lead. They need to have answers. They need to deliver. They need to make deadlines. So I'm curious, what set expectations accordingly low. So what would you like to see, Tails? And you know what? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question that I asked Darkest Night, although I have to phrase it quite differently. Because for Darkest Night, I asked him like, what? Well, okay, no. I'm going to ask you the same exact question. What would make you excited about Splinterlands? Okay, and there's a reason I'm asking that, because a lot of times I think it's easy to just get into like the negative spiral or whatever of like, oh, they just keep failing this and whatever. And so I remember asking Darkest Night that a while back, and like literally, and I'm not going to share whatever his answer was, but like the question was just designed to say, all right, I need you to put something tangible on the table, because every time we talk about the game, right, you just get into a negative place. And again, he's a friend of mine, so I'm like able to just tell him that. And again, we don't only talk about Splinterlands. And the funny thing was, I didn't want to talk about Splinterlands with him for a while. I was just like, why are we talking about this? Like, if the game makes you so unhappy and you're so frustrated, why are we talking about this? There's a million other things that we could be talking about. But I posed that question to him, and like I said, I'm posing the question to you. Or anybody out there who's feeling negative, like, what would it take for you to get excited about Splinterlands again? Because I don't think that there was like any one thing that's made me excited about Splinterlands over these past couple of months. I think it's been a combination of things, which I've stated. I think Matt has done a fine job so far. I think he's done exactly what he set out to do. I appreciate the fact that he's approaching things much more conservatively. He's taking a much more top-down approach, which is fantastic. And yeah, I've definitely lowered my expectations. But again, I see, and this is where I think people will try to pick me apart, right? Because it's like, oh, like lowering your expectations is being bearish, and it's like, maybe, but there's a reason, right? When Aggie was there, and I'm not trying to make this an Aggie versus Matt thing. So when Aggie was there, Aggie wanted to build a platform of games, which he's about to start doing on Moon Carts and Arcade Colony, right? We'll see how successful he is. I genuinely wish him all the best. I thought that was going to be the case with Splinterlands. I thought Splinterlands was going to be this sprawling Web3 version of Steam, Epic Games, and all this stuff where like everybody would just come in and like literally it's like, oh, there's a game about, I don't know, whatever. It's like a Candy Crush type game, but you know what? In it, they're using like it's like little scavos instead of pieces of candy, right? So like it would just be a thing that could service everybody, and then you could actually pull in 1 million people into the ecosystem, and guess what? They would all need SPS. But that's not what we're building anymore. The game, if anything, became much more niche. With the direction that Matt's taking it, which again, I'm not upset about. I'm just facing the reality of it. I'm accepting the reality of the fact that it's staying as a niche, like Splinterlands as a platform, if that's even going to be that anymore, is staying as a very niche kind of like fantasy themed XYZ. That's going to be awesome for the people that like that stuff. And guess what? I like that stuff. So I'm still happy. But I can, there two things can be true at once. I can like the direction that Matt is taking the company, but I can also not be as thrilled about the fact that I bought into this like vision of Splinterlands being a platform, and it's no longer going to be a platform. It's just going to be a cool game. Okay. I'm behind on chat, so let's catch up here. We're on the same page. Expectation low. So blockchain says I will sell a set percentage according to when my token hits the top 300, 200, 150. This will make it easier. That might be interesting because the market all goes up, together. So we might stay where we're at. I don't think we're even top 1,000 anymore, right? We cracked the 900 something or the top 1,000 when we were at 3.5 cents, but I don't know if the rest of the market retraced with us. Bolts, what's up? Yvonne, I'm still very bullish. I've been playing other Web3 games and it makes me more confident in Splinterlands. Ooh, Tails. I'll also tell you this. Give the thing he did with that Drew something guy. There was interview that he did, which I thought was really good, because I tried to listen to it. Through the lens of somebody brand new to the game. And all the stuff that he was describing was pretty cool. Now, of course, the person who's not brand new to the game will be like, oh, I noticed the fact that he said 50,000 accounts and not people, right? We have 50,000 daily active accounts playing. Oh, well, that's awesome. If you're not in the game, then you're like, oh, 50,000 is a lot. If you're in the game, then you're like, oh, 50. He said 50,000 accounts, not people. I definitely caught that, right? But I try to listen to it through the lens of like a new player, and Matt sold it well. I thought. I mean, it's exciting. The game's been around. People are earning. I think people need to talk about the earnings way more. Amazon Gaming. What would the price be at the previous all-time high with current supply? Too late to do the math. This is rough, but it's anywhere between like 22 to 25 cents. Something like that, Wilson, would get us to the all-time high market cap, right? I think we were at like a $200 million market cap, 200 something million back in 2021. But there were only like 200 million something tokens at that time. Now we're at 1.2 billion. So the amount of tokens in supply has done a 6x in that time. I mean, the amount of tokens has done a 6x. And the price depreciation is 98%, negative 98%. So, there's definitely some upside if we were to hit the all-time high from a market cap. To hit the all-time high from a token price perspective, I mean, is it even fathomable that Splinterlands could be valued at $1.2 billion? I love this game. I love this game so much, you guys. And you know that because I make content every day. And if I ever see this thing at $1.2 billion, you better know, be watching my account, because there's not going to be much less PS left in there. It's just not going to happen. I'll be sitting on an island somewhere. All right. Bolt says, House Splinterlands, let's just say, is like getting a root canal. Interesting. Okay. All right. Build the IP like Web 2. Other games don't have a Nate. Nate's awesome. There's no other game economy model that comes close. Yeah. And this is something that I actually admire and respect, the fact that Matt is pushing this as the competitive advantage. The game economy for Splinterlands is fantastic. That's the reason that I'm here. I don't do gameplay content. I do very little. If you want gameplay content, I would highly recommend Dwayne. I would highly recommend Bulldog. I would highly recommend People's Guild. They did that awesome kind of breakdown of all the content creators the other day, the live stream. For me, the fascination was always with the game economy. That's where most of my content is geared. And to your point, there's no other game that's doing it like that. But, and this is where we all need to be honest with ourselves, intellectually honest with ourselves. Do you think the game economy is interesting to some random Web 2 player or a random Web 2 dude who's not crypto related, who doesn't care what's happening with the actual economy and inflation and crypto, that just likes playing Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone? No, they don't. So that's why we shouldn't be targeting them. Anyone please take this pile of off our hands and make this problem go away? Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Submitted a team. Right now, 3 seconds left because I alt-tabbed, didn't even fill the cards and won. Oh, look at you playing like a bot. No, I'm just kidding. This is a software gaming company. You need to deliver releases and functionality. Anything else is just fluff. Still haven't delivered Land 1.5 scope. Let's start small and finish that job from last year's summer, maybe. Baby steps. I hear you, Tails. I agreed. I said the same thing. And that's why I don't think Land 2.0 in all its glory is going to be out in 2024. But you know what? I would love. Thanks, Ankh. Good to see you. I would love to eat my words in 11 months from now and be like, you know what? Investigator's the man. He called it. He called it better than I did. All right. Well, we caught up on chat. How long have we been live? 45 minutes? Oh, this has been a long 45 minutes. Usually the time flies, but it's not now. So I guess I'm not having fun. What does that mean? It's been like, okay. So we got some of the bearishness out. Was there anything like exciting that people wanted to talk about with what was shared? Or do people want to talk about like the moon cart stuff that Aggie's been dropping on Discord? Hold on. All right. So what's interesting to see is Aggie's finally in his own Discord FOMOing people. So this is in the Genesis League Discord. He said, let's see, when was this? Oh, 5:33 p.m. So this was like 3 hours ago. I agree, chat's not the best way to share political or religious views. I don't agree that presenting a religious view necessarily out of bounds for a server. People can have viewpoints. Okay, I don't know what this is talking about. Then he posted how thin the market is for GLX. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't see this. So you know what? Actually, no, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be too much work to change the page. So what I'll do is I'll show you exactly what he's looking at. Let's go to the exchange. GLX. He shared a screenshot of, let's look at the depth. This right here. There's not much GLX for sale. No major sell walls. So wait, what is this right now? This is 0.016. And let's see. We'll just call this the first major sell wall. 0.04. Yo, that's like a 3x. That's like 1.5 cents. That's 1.5 cents. And how much Hive is that? That's still a good amount of Hive. 266025. Hold on, I want to get my math on. 266025 times Hive is like 30 cents, right? Okay, this is like $80,000 worth of buy pressure or sell pressure right there. So if $80,000 came into GLX, we would do almost a 3x. We would get to about not quite a penny and a half, maybe like 1.25, 1.3 cents. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so that's what he shared. Let me go back to the Discord now. Then he shared some memes. Million what? Still liquidity pools trade again. Step buy, sell clear. You know, it does disappoint me that, you know, they're pushing that the main GLX utility right now is airdrop for another token. It's like, you know, and this is not like a Splinterlands or an Aggie thing. It's a crypto thing, right? Like everybody's out here, you know, criticizing the government for printing money out of thin air. And like we're literally printing tokens out of thin air and then giving them a utility of printing other tokens out of thin air. And we think that that's like somehow better than the current system. It's not. Sorry, it's just not. I mean, okay, it is because all this stuff should be visible on the blockchain. And so therefore there's a little bit more transparency, but it's not. All right, scarcity plus demand. New system has a referral reward that's not just 5% of what player spends. It's actually 5% of the reward pool, and players can hurt. Wait, what? Check this out. New system has a referral reward that's not just 5% of what a player spends. It's actually 5% of the reward pool, and players can earn huge for referring new people. Oh, y'all better use my Moon Cards referral link whenever that goes live. I have GLX to sell. Just removed it. Whoa, dude. Okay, Aggie's really getting into it. Look at this. Was a good day. All-time high for GLX is 32 cents, I think. I wonder if we can beat it by the 26th. Holy crap. Dude, is he for real right now? I mean, he's talking about GLX doing a 70x in less than 4 weeks. I mean, I know Aggie is Mr. Hype Man, but this is crazy. Well, you know, hey, there we are. It's working on somebody. we're up to half a penny now. Oh man, what I would do with GLX at 70 cents? Sorry, at 30 cents. That'd be phenomenal. I mean, I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. Who can give me that reference? All right. Where did we leave off? 2024 Splinterlands equals high risk. 2020 Splinterlands low risk, high reward. I mean, is this still high risk? I guess maybe, yeah. Auto like trigger, going to listen to Town Hall this round. All right, thanks, Red X. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm late to the party. I hope everyone's doing well. Liberty Guy, you were never late, man. Party starts when you walk in. Greetings, Merlin's Matrix. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming to hang out. Tails, LOL. I was just going to say, and crypto bros go crazy when the Fed prints money. Okay, so see, we're on the same page there. It's like one thing I hated the most when we were having the SPS airdrop and DEC was, 15x its peg. And then you had the team talking about the fact that like, oh, well, DEC has extra utility right now. And that, that utility is going to go away eventually. I'm like, that's not, we actually literally print DEC out of thin air. The algorithm was broken for like 5 months. And that was being used to abuse the system to print another token out of thin air. And then guess what? That token then printed another token, GLX, right? So SPS printed GLX. And now SPS and GLX are going to have an incest baby and print Arcade Colony tokens for the next 20 years or something like that. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, 5 years for 5 years for the airdrop, but 20 years for the liquidity pool. All right, we're just enough of this incest baby stuff. All right, so that's not possible. Wait, how far behind am I in chat? Oh, you guys just started talking. All right, all out of bridges and ice. Nah, trying to pump and dump. Airdrop. Pump that GLX. I will sell it all. I'll need to unstake mine at some point. So you got 30 cents. My bag would be at 7,200. Nice. You got 256K. I got at around 0.016. Man, you were buying on the way down and just catching a falling dagger, huh? That ain't happening. Limit sell order pending. My total is 24K now that I got staked. But if something like that happens, I'm dumping on all of you. It's airdrop season. Okay, see, check this out. Check this out, okay? I mean, GLX, because of the airdrop or fork, whatever you want to call it, in a way, it has more potential return than Splinterlands, simply because it hasn't lived through a bull market yet. And even though it's not shiny and glittery, it's still new. This is the first airdrop that it's offering for a game that's not even part of, its ecosystem. But I agree with Donk. It's airdrop season. It's gonna be free money. I cannot wait to see what other games and projects start just offering airdrops out there. There's a game, like I would bet you right now that there's a game out there that has not even launched yet, that at some point in the second half of this year is going to have an airdrop, and it will be a top 100 coin as a gaming token. It doesn't even exist yet. It hasn't even launched yet, but it will make it to the top because it's new, shiny, has backing, looks great, and it has an airdrop. Now, what's interesting is, if Arcade Colony ends up being stupidly high because people come in and they actually like the game, the airdrop could lead back to both GLX and SPS, give it some extra utility. I'm trying to figure out. I think it would be impossible to figure out how much APR would be added on based on a certain GLX price. So, new game could be Shrapnel. Dude, we were just talking about this the other day. I was talking with Keys because I was looking at the trailer online. It looks fantastic, especially if you're into FPS. I made a few bags or bucks last week just from Soul, dude. I'm still waiting for my DYM airdrop. Nice. Love this meta. I mean, there's people have been making money in the bear market all along if you know how to do it. Yeah, GLX is awesome. Shrapnel is hyped. I hear about it a lot on Twitter. I mean, I think it was the last stream that I did with Keys on Tuesday. And yeah, I mean, I say this, I know we're talking about Splinterlands Town Hall and all that, but like I say this genuinely, and I'm not even doing this myself. So it sounds like terrible advice, but I need to do it and I want to do it. Now is probably the time to go just start checking out other games. And that's not me being bearish on Splinterlands. That is to, Ank's point, airdrop season. I don't know what it's going to be, but some of these games out there are going to do something ridiculous. And by something ridiculous, I mean they're going to find a way to print money and value out of thin air and give it to you as a way to get you into the game. Splinterlands did it in 2021. A ton of other games and projects did it in 2021 and have been doing it all along. And guess what? We're right around the corner from a potential bull run. So, yeah, and to Wilson's point, not just games, right? I mean, he's just been using one of the dexes on Solana and got an airdrop from that. So if you've been in crypto, then you kind of know the deal. If you haven't been, if you just joined through Splinterlands, which I know a lot of people have, well, now's the time to go check out stuff. Be safe, though. Don't click on any random link. Don't do anything like crazy and stupid. Set up multiple wallets where you like test things out, spread out your risk. All just like basic crypto, 101 practices. Gunzilla. I've heard of this too, but I have not actually researched it. Can we take a look? I'm curious now. Gunzilla. Oh. Gunzilla. Game cinema. This looks cool. Coming soon to PS5, Xbox, and PC. Now, is this a crypto-based game? Oh wait, or is it a hold on, I don't think it's a game. It's a studio, right? Gunzilla Games. That sounds a little bit more like what I remember. Oh man, I'm getting tired already. Sorry, guys. Getting sleepy. All right, the chain. Every week I DCA to other crypto games and general tokens. Nice. Would you care to share what other crypto games and tokens that you're into? Not financial advice, but I'm just curious. I got 600K when 200 JUP and I'll be getting 181 DYM. Nice. Wilson, did you get the win Solana? Just because I interact with some dApps on Sol last month. Yeah, I'm not sure the state of like, weren't they? I don't know if it's happened already, but they were talking about like Arbitrum, Optimism, like all these layer 2s are gonna offer something interesting on ETH2, I think. Blockchain didn't sell. All right, they had the off the grid game. Okay, yeah, Gunzilla's the studio. That's what I remember hearing. Okay, so hold up. I got distracted. Aggie was hyping everybody, and I'm in the mood to be hyped and FOMO'd. How much you put? I don't know. What next? Hold on. Next release, I think. What's he talking about? I don't know. I'm buying thousands of USD, says Aggroed. I think as GLX price goes up from this, we'll find a certain excitement and maybe even momentum. If GBTC sell pressure lessens. Oh, is he talking about buying Bitcoin? Sound like he was talking about GLX. We already made the drivers. We're giving away. Have to edit them for the players to get creator influence. All right. I don't know how much we have. I have a lot of different accounts, so it's a pain to figure out. All right. He's quite chatty today. Sorry, I'm just reading. I should form a government that make bank. I don't need to be real. All right, what's he saying? Much like GLX chart, I think BTC chart is showing less and less tokens available on the market. Dude, I think if GLX pops up and does like a 3x, you're going to get a lot of people that sell. Sorry, just saying. Let's see, was he in the arcade colony one too? I say at least two. All right, sorry, I'm just reading through to see if there's anything else that he shared. 823. What was 823? Wait, what's fuel? Hold up. All right, there's a fuel economy. It's not fully described in Mooncart's white paper because it's one of the last pieces to get ready for the Web3 version. Land is the go-to model for how games work. You stake NFTs and stablecoin to get something in return. The mechanic in Mooncarts is that you stake NFTs in script to earn fuel. Also, the amount of colony stake will impact rewards. So no free laps for people. You need your loadout, your garage staked with NFTs and script. You want to maximize your earnings with colony staked. And if you want to cash in on NFT airdrops when we had 100,000 packs sold, up to 400,000 sold, then you need a second set of NFTs and script. All right, he's actually giving a lot of details about how some of this Mooncart stuff is going to work out. So your loadout are NFTs. Fuel, which you'll need, is going to be NFTs and script. NFT airdropped is NFT and script. And then to maximize your earnings, orbitals from winning, orbitals from track, coins from track, winning, stake, colony. Okay. There's a missile launcher. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I'm excited for Mooncarts. I mean, again, hopefully we get more information tomorrow and we see what it's like. But I'm in, man. I'm in. I mean, the best part is I don't need to do anything. I literally don't need to do anything. I have GLX staked. I have SPS staked. And that's all going to get me colony token, which I should be able to burn for script at the very least. If I want to game the system, I can just buy a bunch of GLUSD 2 minutes before the snapshot and then sell it 2 minutes after the snapshot. And that'll get me, ton of tokens or ton of script token. Oh, wow. Guys, check this out. Look at this arbitrage. $5.52. Hold on. I'm going to refresh. $5.67. It keeps going up. Yo, there's a $2 arbitrage in Rebellion. Somebody went out and cleaned the market, huh? On something. Probably gold foils. Yo, crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, sorry, I got lost. I think that there's some chat I need to catch up on. OT Cancelana is one I'm hearing a lot of chatter about. Nice. All right, we have to call the stream soon. What's that? Oh, dude, it's only 8:30. I'm exhausted. You know what? That's fine. We gotta hit the gym in the morning anyway. So, a dude that has been going hard on Sol for years got 100,000 worth of jupe on multiple wallets. That's crazy. People start feeling real FOMO when actual bull happens. We are not there yet. No, dude, we're only gonna be there when Bitcoin starts flirting with 70K. Hi, it's 2:32 a.m. for me, but I started stream. Get watch. Wait, why are you exercising at 2:32 in the morning? Go to sleep, dude. So when you stake a card on land, where does those rewards come from? Does it cost to tokenize grain, for example? So Jason, answer your question. If you stake a card on land, you get either grain research or SPS depending on what you choose. Yep. Oh shoot. All right. I'm like this. I can't even control myself now. It's unprofessional. Just yawning left and right. But that'll give me a chance to re-listen to the town hall on 2x speed, hopefully take some notes, and I'd love to get the video out tomorrow at some point for 5 biggest takeaways. So we shall see how that goes. BB back over 300. Solana, nice. Bitcoin's just ranging. Yeah. So somebody's going to take advantage of the arbitrage. Ooh, let's see. Have we crossed yet? Nope, not quite. We are very, very close to my goal of 750,000 by February 5th. I might add. So what is this? 147, 148.5. Sorry, we're at 748,500. So we're 1,500 packs away. Almost there. Somebody's going to arbitrage this now and take advantage. Let's see. Can I play any battles before we go? In the wrong account. That's fine. We don't need to play battles for now. Once I get tired, I can easy sleep. It's the conflicts drying the markets. HM. So you're saying gamble equals good. All life savings into rebellion packs. I did not say that. I'm saying that somebody's going to do it. I didn't say you should, Luke. I said you should go to sleep. Like me. I need to go sleep. Did you guys hear that they might include DEC and vouchers as things that you can burn in this upcoming burn event? And then they might just do the burn event around the Bitcoin halving, which again, it's like 3 months away. See, I don't know if you're still here, Tails. I think I'm just feeling a bit of optimism overall because I'm very excited that we're this close to the Bitcoin halving. And I know it's going to end up probably being a nothing burger in April anyway. but I really think the summer could be a fun time. And so the fact that we're like under 3 months now, or coming up on 2.5 months, whatever it is, I don't know, could make for an interesting couple of months here. Now, again, to your point, how and will Splinterlands be able to capitalize on this valuable and very limited time? All right, 3-ish months or so, less than 3 months. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I know I'm capitalizing on it. I hope you guys are too. Should hopefully be a lot to look forward to in the second half of 2024. Although, you know what? Like, we have no idea what can happen. You guys remember in 2020, like in 2020, if I was talking like this in early February, and then the rest of the year looked entirely different. So, you know, considering that the US is teetering on the brink of like crazy recession and internal strife and election year and all that. Oh, also not to mention there's global conflicts happening that have a bunch of proxies and a lot of different countries involved. Not to mention that the global economy is not doing fantastic either. Man, I'm so excited for the crypto bull run. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's see how things play out. I added 200 more to my portfolio today. Wow. You added 200 more packs to your portfolio? Are you just sitting on packs? Okay. Yeah, Tails, I mean, that's the problem. The what could go wrong is probably too much to say. But, you know, aside from that, exciting times if you're in the game world. Lots of fun stuff. Tails, what are you playing right now? What else have you been playing? Oh, on crypto coins, not packs. Nobody wants to say what they're buying, huh? Okay. All right. Keep it all secret. That's fine. I get it. Let's see. The only main things that I bought have been gaming tokens. And really, it's really just Prime. But I want to try out Alluvia more. I know I owe Bitcoin Sig that. So I won't be able to get to it this weekend, but we'll try. But now I want some of these moon carts. All right. I think we're just staring at the same thing over and over again, talking about the same things over and over again. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day so I can get to bed, get an early start to tomorrow and the weekend. Yeah, Philson, I know you're the only one sharing alpha. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. You and many others have been trying to get me to do more on Solana for a while, and it's just, I don't know. I just haven't. Find me a good game on Solana. Vilson, if you can find me like a fantastic game that I can just sink my teeth into, then I'll dig up my Phantom Wallet seed phrase. And I don't even know. I probably have like less than half a soul. Whoa, half a soul is a lot now. Shoot. Half a soul used to be $20. And this is on the decline of the market coming down. Solana was at $40 for a while. Yeah. With Splinterlands, I haven't put in any form. Oh, from Spellbook? Okay. Good night. I get up in 5 hours. IO Anka Trial on Nifty Island, plus Shrapnel, Alluvium, Storm Warfare, among others. Oh, I haven't heard of Storm Warfare. All right. You know what? What's today? Today's Thursday. Oh, yeah. This weekend's going to be a little crazy for me. But starting next week, I probably won't be able to do streams during the day, but in the afternoon, well, actually, no, we'll see. We'll see how the mornings go. But definitely in the afternoon, or maybe even evening, we're gonna start doing some more full-on Web3 games. Because here's the thing, and I said this before, right? This is for like Tails and for all the other folks out there, like, oh, you know, Town Hall wasn't that great. I mean, you're right. There's not like anything major coming out on Tuesday, and the next Town Hall is literally 2 weeks away at the earliest, right? So at this point, this presents a very fantastic opportunity to go and check out some fun stuff, and just kill time in between these updates and releases. It's 50. I don't play anything, to be honest. I guess PL on some Dota. Dude, Vilson, I keep running into you in ranked. GG's, by the way. Nifty Island. Okay. I'll have to check that one out, too. Storm Warfare, Shrapnel, Illuvium, Nifty Island. Ooh, I need to double back. I need to double back and see how Undead Blocks is doing. Because that's another airdrop potential, too. Play to airdrop is real opportunity, says Ankh. Agreed. Just got to be early on some of these games. Wonder what else is out there. For stream views, Pal World. That's completely Web 2, right? Where would you get stream views? That's probably got to be a Twitch thing. Because I don't think, like, unlike Twitch, YouTube, does it have like categories and stuff like gaming to make it easy to find people streaming a certain game? I don't think so. And I just have not, I kind of abandoned Twitch, which is sad. But the problem with Twitch is that I can't multi-stream. They don't like it unless you do it with like Instagram or something. So I feel like I'm just wasting time there because most of the people I hang out with are here. All right, the heist is a famous on Soul and Honeyland. Have not played them. Gotcha. All right. I keep like trying to say goodbye and then I get pulled in with a really cool comment. So have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. Like I said, I probably won't be able to stream. I can't stream tomorrow. Most likely not tomorrow. Definitely can't stream Saturday. No Sunday morning stream. But we'll see if we can hit you up in the afternoon or evening. I'm not sure. One or the other. We'll try to get there on Sunday, and then hopefully next week I'll try to clear as much of my schedule as possible in the afternoon and evening, or maybe even the morning. Actually, if I can move some things around, try to keep as close to a schedule as possible. But the thing is, if I do like a Tuesday morning stream, it's just like that's got to be a Splinterlands stream, like a maintenance stream, just because I've been pushing that for so long. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Have a fantastic rest of your night. I hope you all get rich. I hope you all make so much money. And really, really, I hope you know when to sell or when to hit the sell button. That's probably the biggest lesson, right? Because on paper, it doesn't really mean shit. But wish you nothing but success. All right, so I'll see you all again hopefully very soon. Have a fantastic rest of your night or day if it's Friday, and an amazing weekend up ahead. You guys are awesome. I'll catch up with you all soon. Keep an eye out for the 5 biggest takeaways once I've had a chance to re-listen to things. And yeah, we're gonna push some more games on this channel. Not because I'm dissatisfied with Splinterlands, guys, but just because there's too much opportunity out there right now. And I think it's a good time. Let the hardworking folks at Splinterlands do their thing. And we'll come back when it's ready. Peace.